Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav Raturi and I'm the founder of Cinemapreneur. So today for our first podcast, we've chosen the creators of the recently talked about indie film Ib Ale-O, which also screened at the prestigious Berlin Film Festival this year in the Panorama section. This conversation was recorded at one of the screening of Ib Ale-O by Film Booth in Delhi. Since the audience questions were not clear, I would be asking them in the podcast. We hope you would enjoy knowing the journey from the creators themselves.
So Shubham, who's the writer of the film, is a film and theatre artist based in Mumbai. After graduating in film acting from the Film and Television Institute of India (FTI), he trained himself in Kathakali and Kalari Payattu for close to a year. Over the years, his work in films has been showcased at some of the leading film festivals like Venice and Karlovy Vary, amongst other national and international platforms. Shubham is co-founder of Push and Pull Theatre, and in the film, he is also credited with the associate director and production designer of the film. Welcome, Shubham. I would also like to invite Prateek. So, Prateek is an independent filmmaker and writer based in Mumbai, a graduate of the film direction course from the Film and Television Institute of India (FTII). He has directed both fiction as well as non-fiction films, which have been showcased at various film festivals and non-formal spaces. His debut feature documentary, A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings, was awarded the Special Jury Award at the 65th National Film Awards. In addition to making his own films and teaching, Prateek has been involved with Ektara Collective in Madhya Pradesh and Collective Phase 1 in Kerala. And Ib Ale-O is his first fiction feature-length film. Welcome, Prateek. Yeah. Coming from the film school and studying at the FTI, now we are here with your first feature-length film. And you know, over the years, you've been doing shorts, docu, and all other films. So just if you can share, you know, your journey from the film school.
I mean, it's like any other journey, it's been difficult. Like, from if you've studied arts, anybody who studied arts in higher education knows how difficult it is. Because standard problems, your standard ideas of preparation and planning a career doesn't pan out like that. But that's okay, that's the reason why we go to an art school. So otherwise, it's nothing special. Like everybody, if you ask, they'll have a unique story to tell. Shubham has his own, I have my own. So yeah, but the tough part is always trying to how to make your own thing. This whole idea of an independent art film becomes even more difficult for the kind of resources that you need. But that has been the main struggle, just to how to figure out how to keep making your own thing, irrespective of whether it does well, not does well. But this thing of apna banana hai.
Sure. So I read somewhere that, you know, for this film, you had your other, you know, your friends and your network from the FTI, and all of them pitched together.
This film is a perfect example of a public funded education. You know, we have people from Jamia working on this, people from Aligarh Muslim University, we studied at DU and then at FTI. So it's like an amalgamation of a lot of people who've studied at various universities. And a lot of people, because we've grown up in Delhi, so we know a lot of people, and they friends of friends and friends and friends of their friends and family and all that. So everybody sort of pitched in to get this done.
Sure. Coming to Shubham. Shubham, we know that you're a trained actor, right? And here you are the writer in the film. So, like, how did that happen? And how did you sort of, you know, come to this side of the lens?
मतलब एज एन एक्टर मैं थिएटर भी करता था, तो पहले प्रोसेस हमेशा राइटिंग एक्टिंग थिएटर में बहुत मिक्स हो जाता है ना. एंड एनीवेज इट्स अ अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर, इट्स वेरी अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड आर्ट फील्ड एंड स्पेशली फिल्म्स. एंड इन अ वे इट्स अ गुड थिंग and also a bad thing. But the good thing with us is कि okay, I can jump to writing whenever I want to, because you always feel, as an actor, you always feel in films कि अच्छा ये तो इसकी कहानी है, इसको बतानी है, ये बात मुझे नहीं कहनी है. बट अच्छा ठीक है, मैं अभी स्किल्ड एक्टर हूँ, तो मुझे ये कहानी अपने तरीके से बतानी है. बट कभी कभी लगता है तुम्हें भी कुछ बताना है. So I think ये प्लेटफॉर्म उसी के लिए.
Sure. Prateek, your film deals with many issues like caste, politics, migration. However, you know, there is Delhi at the core. So I wanted to know if this film's idea came about while you were growing up here in Delhi?
Obviously, growing up in Delhi, you have memories and you have experiences. But it's also like when you've gone and studied and left Delhi for a while, you look back at the city and trying to look at it from a distance, then you see a little bit more, I think. So that obviously is at the very core of the making of the film. As far as this particular idea, and also I'd read about Mahinder a long time back, and that the idea had stayed with me, and I was making a documentary that time, and I was very clear with this, I didn't want to make a documentary, I wanted to do a fiction film, drama, humor, because I just thought that the subject lends itself to satire very well. It's as a form, and satire, I also feel that it's something that has to be explored more, especially in the kind of political scenario that we live in now. That this whole idea of humor and just trying to go beyond what is happening in a certain kind of story and go beyond the story and then talk about a film and sort of situate it in a universe. So these were the basic kind of thematic ideas. And then obviously my preoccupation with non-fiction work, documentary work, so the idea of shooting in public spaces excites me. Working around the cops always excites me. So those kind of things.
Yeah, because I think when we see the film, I don't know how much percentage of the film you have been able to shoot with permissions and how much you've shot in the metro, you've shot at Rashtrapati Bhavan, you've shot at Vigyan Bhavan. So I know there would have been a lot of guerrilla filmmaking, right?
दिल्ली में ही बड़े हुए हैं, कुछ तो सीख ही गए हैं कैसे काम करना है.
You know, there was this one dialogue in the film that, बंदरों ने तो रायसेना पे बहुत सालों से राज किया और कोर्ट ने भी उसका बोला है. Where did that come from? Like,
आई थिंक ये ऐसी कहानी बनाते वक्त सबसे पहले इम्पल्स डायलॉग्स यहीं आएंगे, क्योंकि हम देखते आए हैं बहुत ही पावर स्ट्रक्चर एक सेंट्रल दिल्ली, और वहाँ पे हमेशा से वो एक इशू रहा है ना कि वहाँ कौन बैठा है, कौन कंट्रोल करता है, किसके लिए काम होता है और कौन वहाँ पे आना नहीं आना. तो वो पूरा फिल्म ही इसी तासीर का है, तो उससे बच नहीं सकते. ऐसे डायलॉग्स आते रहेंगे. मुझे लगता है इस तरह की फिल्म बनेगी या इस तरह का सब्जेक्ट होगा,
right.
तो वो आएगा ही आएगा.
फैक्ट भी है.
Okay, so let's take some audience questions. Okay, one of the question is that there is humor in showing the shots of the monkey at key junctions. Did you follow any pattern and then presented them?
We've generally avoided using shot counter shot in where we have people talking and all that. But with monkeys, I wanted to do that because that sort of personalizes, and that's the grammar we are used to. किसी ने कुछ बोला, आपने दूसरे का shot देखा. So with monkeys, we were able to do that and try to lens them in a certain way. So I didn't want to have these National Geographic kind of shots where monkeys and then you cut away to them and sort of all that. So that was, we wanted to do that from the very beginning. And that's why we shot a lot with them and sort of trying to figure out, because we knew we'll have to shoot a lot to get some very basic minimum kind of things, because they're monkeys after all, they do like, it's difficult. So, but yeah, that was the whole idea, to personalize and see the monkey vis-a-vis Shardul a lot and not just as, ambience.
So one of our audience member asked this, that one scene where the guard is going back with the gun and is trying to hide, he's very uncomfortable around it. Was it improvised or was it written like that?
मोर और लेस ऐसा ही सोचा था, क्योंकि बहुत टाइम से जब भी हम लोग साथ में पढ़े ही हैं, मैं और प्रतीक, तो बहुत फिल्मों के बारे में डिस्कशन या बातें होती रहती थी. तो बहुत चीज़ें अखरती हैं, अभी भी अखरती हैं, जो या भले बॉलीवुड की नहीं है, वो हॉलीवुड की हैं या वेस्टर्न फिल्म्स की हैं या यूरोपियन फिल्म्स की हैं. बहुत चीज़ें हम लोग टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेने लगे हैं, क्योंकि मीडियम ऐसा है. तो कभी भी लगता है कि अच्छा, किसी क्लास को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेने लगे हैं कि ऐसा ही दिखाना है, किसी बात को टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेने लगे हैं. उसमें से एक चीज़ गन भी बहुत महसूस होती है. बहुत प्लास्टिक बन गई है गन फिल्मों में, कोई भी कभी भी यूज़ कर देता है. एंड वी डोंट रियलाइज इट्स अ हैवी वेपन, इट्स अ वेरी हैवी वेपन. एंड वो हाथ में आते ही कुछ भी हो सकता है. सबसे पहला थॉट है ना, कुछ भी हो सकता है. एंड इफ़ यू थिंक कि गन प्रोटेक्शन के लिए है या गन किसी और चीज़ के लिए है, वो उसका लाइन बहुत कभी कभी हल्का हो जाता है. सो वी न्यू कि इस गन को वेट देना है फिल्म में. एंड आई थिंक सीन्स लाइक दिस हेल्प्स अस टू पोर्ट्रे दैट.
Also, we've always been very interested in the potential violence, possibility of violence rather than violence itself, because at least I don't want to illustrate violence in my films. I want to evoke it, yes, I want to critique it, yes, but I don't want to illustrate it for sure.
So tell us, how did you find your other cast and this plot?
Mahinder is the person who plays himself, Shardul's friend, yeah. So we met him. We had read a story about him in the paper about 5 years back, and me and Shubham met him 2 years back. And we spent a lot of time with him trying to understand what it is and what the job is. So of course the uniqueness of this job, where this job was happening, these were the two exciting things. But also the more you research, then you realize it's like any other contractual job. एंड कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल लेबर के लेंस से देखेंगे तो उतनी अलग नहीं लगती है ये चीज़. ये सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हो या बैंक में काम करने वाला सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हो या स्कूल के बाहर का सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हो, इन सब का कॉमन चीज़ यही रहती है कि ये कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल लेबर के तहत हायर एंड फायर होते हैं. और जब ये गवर्नमेंट के तहत होगा, जब एनडीएमसी के थ्रू होगा, तो इट क्रिएट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कंकॉक्शन where you are working for the government but you are actually working for a contractor who can actually hire and fire you any time, and they have this whole पूरा जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ठेकेदारी प्रथा का जो एक सिस्टम है उसमें बिल्कुल इट्स लाइक एनी अदर जॉब बट इट्स नॉट, यू नो. तो ये पूरा एक्साइटिंग हमें लगा था.
Pratik, when do you get to know as a filmmaker that this is the film I want to make? You know, like how do you know that? Like
Never. You still look at the film and say,
see, that is more about changes. But like, when did you feel that okay, yeah, this is the idea, and okay, let's go ahead and make my first, you know?
जब फंड आ जाए.
realistically speaking,
Sure.
yes.
So tell us about like the funding of the film, because you have self-produced the film, right? And now when we look at the way the film has been doing, you know, it won the Golden Gateway Award at Mami, and it's going to Berlin. So obviously, you know, you will get a lot of funds. But tell us the initial days when, you know, because as a filmmaker, that's what we also hear, that funds are the most important thing to, you know, trigger a project.
So we've been in Bombay and in and out of Bombay and working at various projects. So there's this, we sort of figured that this system wasn't working for me personally, of the kind of stories I wanted to say and the freedom with which I wanted to make the film. It's sometimes you want to value your own confusions. In a big studio setup, you don't get that opportunity to, you know, negotiate with your own confusions and, you know, come to terms with them. So it's basically, we have self-produced it, but the main producer is Shwetab. He's not here, unfortunately, and he's really taken the brunt for the past 2 years of trying to raise the money. He's put in his own money, I put in my own money, and we've raised other money, and it's been a struggle, but not a unique struggle by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very common kind of struggle which we all go through. But that's the price you pay for trying to do your own work.
Right.
And hopefully next time it'll be easier, and hopefully we can sort of recover the money we put into this, because we need to make this sustainable. Otherwise, one film here, 2 films there, it won't matter.
Another audience question. So, Pratik, do you think that the coming of OTT and other platforms and the international market, you know, being very conducive to Indian films, has that made you believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel?
Of course, and it also helps us to pitch it to, like, if to somebody else who we're going to raise money to, because they also know now it's there are more possibilities. Clearly, there are more platforms, but it's still in the early stages. It's being standardized, how much money, what the money is being offered, and there's this danger of these platforms being completely overrun by, again, the studios. So that is something which we'll know in the next 4-5 years only, where it is going. But as of now, OTT has become one of the big sort of lifelines for these kind of films.
What's the best response you've got on the film?
Somebody said it complements Ken Loach's film, so I was like, yes, okay, I'll take it.
Another audience question. Your tonality, the sarcasm, satire has come so well in the film. However, if given a chance, would you want to change anything in the film?
Of course we can, but I always feel कि ये जब दूसरा तरीका अपनाएंगे तो फिर कुछ लाख होगा, और शायद इधर जो है वो भी चला जाएगा. वो हमेशा प्रॉब्लम रहेगी. सो यू हैव टू बी, वो एडिट में बहुत बार होता है ना, एडिट करते रहते हैं, लगता है नहीं कुछ आ नहीं रही बात, जो कहना था वो ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है, फिर दूसरा एडिट होगा, तीसरा एडिट होगा, फिर एक टाइम पे आपको बोलना पड़ेगा फिल्म दिखानी भी है कि उसके लिए एडिट खत्म करना पड़ेगा. या
So, Pratik, you've used a lot of non-actors apart from the main cast, and you know it is difficult to manage them, but they have come out very well in your film. So, I just wanted to know, how did you manage that? Did you do any workshops with them?
No formal workshop as such, But yeah, coming from a theatre background, we were always very. Mahinder had to work. There was no negotiation in that. So we spent a lot of time with him trying to understand where he's coming from, and trying to explain to him what we are trying to do. So Mahinder was like, we spent a lot and lots. Shubham spent a lot of time with him. I spent a lot of time with sort of other the people who were working in MDNC and other kind of people who come in for one scene and all that. So it became like a nice mixture. So a lot of people who were trained at the film school itself, and a lot of people who've been working in Delhi, and a lot of non-professional actors. So it just became quite a nice kind of mixture, and we were enjoying working on this, and we would take a lot of time to figure out stuff. It wasn't a very efficient shoot. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. So just a lot of time spent talking to each other, trying to understand, and like, this is what we want to say. If we gave it to you, what would you say? What are the lines? And then just sort of build it very slowly around all that.
I also think Somu and Pratik knew how to shoot a non-actor.
So I have a question. You know this one shot where Anjani's brother-in-law with his boss placed on that swing. I think the shot where you have the camera placed at the center of that swing. It was very different, and I want to know, how did you do it?
Jaan pe khel ke. Literally. No, it was Shubham and Somo standing in the middle of the jhula at the fulcrum, tied with a rope, with the camera in the hand. It was shot like that.
Pratik, shooting the monkeys and the character in your film is very difficult. Can you tell us any one day at the shoot where it was really tough for you guys to like handle so many things at the shoot because you don't have maybe permission and then these characters? Any day from your shoot?
We shot the Republic Day. I mean, like, we were getting arrested. So, yeah.
Really?
Of course. Of course, we don't have permission for shooting. Of course, we'll get arrested. Like, yeah, that was. But a lot of days were then because we would have permissions, then go, then some VIP movement is happening, so permission is cancelled. You have to shift somewhere, you have to go somewhere. We're shooting mostly natural light, so we're not able to finish. So next day you have to come back and do the whole thing. So yeah, that was a very hectic shoot, very, very strenuous, physically demanding, and also always keeping you on the edge because you're never quite sure of what you're getting. But again, coming from documentary, it sort of helps of not knowing what you're shooting but still being okay with it. So those kind of things made it. Shubham, any particular?
I think Republic Day.
Yeah, it was bitterly cold. Our cameras were getting hounded. Our actors were getting arrested. We were getting manhandled. Just chaos.
I think Shardul played Anjani brilliantly. So where did you find him, and can you tell us a little bit more about Shardul's work, and when did you realize that he fits so well in the character?
So Shardul comes from the same theatre group that we come from in Delhi.
Okay.
At the undergrad level, and then he studied at the film school. So we've known him for a few years now. So it was, we didn't audition or anything. We've seen him act and we thought it was the correct kind of. Again, he was with us for 3-4 months. He put in a lot of work, and so it was quite clear he was going to be the character very early on. We knew it because again we've studied at the same places. We know each other. I've done a workshop with these when they were students. So we knew him from before.
Pratik, tell us about the last scene of the film.
For me, it works like an epilogue. An epilogue. The story finishes when he runs the gun, and this is like the epilogue of the film. And again, like we were talking, a film, if it can transcend the story, I think it works better. And where it is beyond simple resolutions of this happened, of causality, of cause and effect and stuff like that. So I think a sequence like this is something which is unnerving. Personally, when I see it as an unnerving sequence because I cannot make head or tail of it, and the whole world seems to be going mad. And I've said it before also, for me this film is my response to this world which I cannot make sense of right now. I just cannot. All I see is this kind of lumpen religiosity of a certain kind of mobs being formed, of certain kinds of chaos, this place where people, young men, are losing themselves. So I just see it as that.
Thank you so much. I think with that note, let's end the evening. And thank you so much, Pratik, for sharing your film with us, and Shubham. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for being part of this podcast series. We would appreciate your feedback on the same. And also, if you have any other suggestion, do write to us on our social media pages. We look forward to your feedback. Thank you.